don't forget to share your screen.
And welcome, race fans, to another episode here at CRN with the Smoky Mountain Motorsports Truck Series. Tonight we'll be at South Boston Speedway. It's 74 degrees outside. The track's at 79 degrees, so it should be nice and cool and easy on the tires for those drivers. So, be a good one here tonight. We have... It looks like 11 trucks in attendance tonight so far. They do have a couple minutes while they're finishing up practice here, and then they will get into qualifying and then have our first heat race. So there you are, still out there. You can hear me talking. It's time to get in your trucks and get on the field here. But right now, it looks like Christopher Smith is going to be on top with the qualifying times. Excuse the little background noise there. My co-host is he's mobile tonight at the moment, and he will be joining us here ever so shortly. But right now, Christopher Smith, like I said, is sitting on top there. I'll go up and pull up the tower here so you can see what their times were. Christopher Smith, Daniel Sweat with a 15.1 and 15.2, but you can see a lot of drivers from 2 to 6 in that 15.2 range, so a lot of fast times here, and even the slowest of the people down there. Tom Frieda's out there in the Little Legends car, not too far off the pace, to be honest. So we're going to see how well these trucks get around here tonight, but Derek, you might have to mute yourself, but before you mute yourself, we'll go ahead and welcome you in the booth here and get a copy on how you're doing tonight.
But yeah, Jimmy, it's going to be interesting. You just hit the nail. I wanted to hit this before I muted myself. The fact of the matter is that the trucks have so much power, and it's going to take a lot of patience. But the Legends cars themselves, this is the kind of like their normal short track kind of place, and they're able to make that. So it's real interesting to see, like, if you ever wanted to put anything together, like trucks versus Legends, I guarantee you it'd be a fun race to watch those Legends race those trucks because of the how much power difference they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to be calling the race when I get home. But it's going to be a fun night for sure.
Definitely going to be a fun one here tonight. Finishing up practice right now. It was out of town last week, but Derek was gracious enough to make sure that there was live coverage here. Moving forward through the season, we're about at the halfway mark now, I believe, getting close, if not over it already. So plenty of time for some drivers to get in here and still make their staple. There's some drivers that are in the top of the points kind of missing in attendance at the moment. I don't see a few of our drivers we normally see up front in the series here. I want to pull up the standings here on my other screen so I can kind of go through those and see where everybody's at. But right now it is Brandon Elvis on top of the point standings, and then Todd Lamphere, Christopher Smith. Hold on, make sure I get the. Always think this is right. Maybe no, this is last week's finish. Brandon Elvis finishing first with Todd Lamphere, Christopher Smith, and Dalton Creech was here 1, 2, 3, 4 last week. And if we have the overall standing. There we go. Yeah, so right now it is Brandon Elvis on top with 382 total points, followed by Christopher Smith in second with 378 points, so only 12 points back. Brandon Elvis not here right now, so plenty of time for Christopher Smith to take the lead over here tonight, along with a clean race. Not many bonus or penalty points for those two drivers. Then we got Rob Hattenback in P number 3, only 5. He's at 251 total points. So he's a little over 100 points behind, but he has time to catch up. Then it's Justin Coleman, Todd Lamphere, Daniel Sweat, James Honeycutt, Brandon Cooper, Christopher Cash, and then Brandon Kelly for your top 10 in those points. So, but right now they are out there qualifying. It looks like Anthony Rennick on top now with a 15.216. Then Todd Lampier, James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenback, Larry Hansen Jr., Brandon Kelly, Christopher Cash, and Tom getting out there in the Legends car, getting it done to the 16.6. So it's going to be a good one here tonight as trucks are finishing up. 9 of the 11 drivers have now got times in this. Christopher Smith turns in a 15.214 for his first lap here in that number 80 Coleman Designs truck. Track map there. Close this thing. All right. So getting ready. It's good to be back again. Everybody, welcome everybody that's here. I see there's about 5 or 6 people out there watching and hoping to put on a great show for everybody and anybody that comes back and rewatches. But it's going to be a good one here at South Boston. Again, another short track, as this league is geared towards them short track races, and it's had its ups and downs, especially early on, kind of plagued with a lot of little incidents as the drivers were getting used to the trucks. Races have been getting a little bit better as the weeks go on, and that's kind of something that usually happens. And then also a thing that happens as the season goes on is you lose some of the non-dedicated drivers, or something comes up with some drivers and they just can't make it to the races for the night. But still have 11 trucks that are going to be competing tonight, so we should see some great racing, and looking forward to see who will become the winner tonight. MC Squared out there saying it's time for him to curse at someone again. Well, I mean, hopefully it's one of the other drivers, but hopefully whatever you're doing, whoever you're going for does very well tonight. Because it is short track racing, and obviously welcome Barry. As always a pleasure to have you out there supporting CRN pretty much every single night. Every single broadcast. I have to say, Barry is CRN's biggest fan, and I really, really appreciate it. I think Barry has probably seen or been at more broadcasts than I have. So time has diminished, and the 9 of the 11 drivers have put times in here tonight, and we're getting ready to move on to heat number 1, and we'll just go ahead and run down the qualifying results real super fast here as they take the field. But it's Anthony Rennick on top of Christopher Smith. Then row number 2, Todd Lampier and James Honeycutt. Row number 3, Rob Hattenback and Larry Hansen Jr. Brandon Kelly and Christopher Cash being row number 4. Daniel Sweat and then Dale Ogburn. And then Charles Miller and Mike Fallon will be out there. All right. Get this thing underway as the trucks are taking the field. Still waiting on a couple. Get this 20-lap heat race underway. And I know as a driver, this is like, it feels like the longest part of the race sometimes. Like, why aren't you ready? Get in the car. Let's go. Ooh. Clown car engaged. There they are. All cars have been on the field, and we should be getting underway here very, very shortly. There we go. Hayes' car finally decides to make its presence known and get on out there in that old style Ford Mustang. And for those of you that have obviously on the service. There is a new Mustang on the service for the GT3 series. So look forward to putting some time into those newer GT3s. It's always interesting to see how different they handle from what's already out there. So it's sparked my interest here. But this will be a quick 20-lap heat race. Can Anthony Rennick walk away with this one? Let me know who you're going for out there in the chat, and as we watch these drivers take the field here. And green. Christopher Smith with a nice start on the outside, but unable to get the tires to stick as they are still cold. So Anthony Rennick will slide up to the front to take P number 1. Followed by Christopher Smith and P number 2. Then back to the 26th top lap here. You have James Honeycutt back there, and then the battle between Rob Hattenback and Larry Hensley Jr. As they are fighting side by side behind, and then behind them is going to be Brandon Kelly and Dale Ogburn. So they're fighting side by side as well. See, the one of Dale Ogburn had to slow up. He didn't want to slide up and get into the 9 of Brandon Kelly. Oh, and the 9 is going to go around, and a caution will fly, but it looks like a single car spin here on lap number 3. So we'll just take a quick look here from overhead, and you'll just see the 9 trying to get on the throttle just a little too hard. It's going to send that rear end around. Holds it sideways. Everybody behind him doing a fantastic job checking up, not getting into each other. 9 just takes a light bump there, so not much damage, to be honest, for the 9. Just to wait, and he has lost some positions as the 00 has made its way out for lane selection at the end of this run here. Barry's going for the number 76 of James Honeycutt tonight. James Honeycutt, last time we had him up here in the booth was at the end of the late model stock cars, as he won the final race of the season. James Honeycutt's been doing fairly decent throughout the season. Has had good signs and good shows, being up front, and has found himself in some troubles here and there, whether they are of his making or not. Luck not always on that number 76 side. Laps still remaining here for the heat race. Heat race is always interesting to me, as it really can give you a preview of what the racing might be, or it is just a 20-lap shootout. So might be out there trying to work every position that they can, so they get a good start for the evening. But the lights are off at the pace car. Pace car is in, and Anthony Rennick will get on the loud pedal and get this thing started yet again with the 80 of Christopher Smith falling into P number 2, 26 and 76 battling side by side, but the 26 atop the pier will nose out the 76. Oh, and a 33 of Larry Hensley goes around. It looks like maybe Charles Miller was collected as well, but caution is back out again, and I think just Larry just getting in the throttle just a little bit heavy, bringing that rear end around on that outside. Let's see what happened here. Oh, maybe a little hard on the brakes on that 33 around. No major damage, a little nose-to-nose action between the 33 and 11 as they get those two trucks turned around at the end. This is where we get into the, go for broke. 10 laps to go. Push it as hard as you can. Get every position you can. Try to win this heat race. But this is just, like I said, preliminary for our main event. 150 laps here tonight out of South Boston on this short track. These big old trucks. All these gaps on my station here. When the cautions go off, it lights my room up like a Christmas tree. I might have to turn them down on brightness a little bit because it's slightly getting blinded here. Right now, the current order is Anthony Reddick over Christopher Smith, Todd Lamphere, Rob Hattenbeck, James Honeycutt for your top 5. Dale Ogburn, Christopher Cash, Daniel Sweat, Mike Fallon, Brandon Kelly, Charles Miller, Larry Hensley Jr. for your 12 truck field. But we were able to break 12. Definitely missing a few other drivers out there. No Brandon Elvis, no Justin Coleman. Who will be your winner tonight? Anthony Reddick, always a strong contender, along with Christopher Smith. Todd Lamphere has been showing promise here, getting a good finish last week. The lights are off on that pace car as it heads on down in, and Anthony Reddick will get on the loud pedal. A nice start. 80, not so much. 26 almost gets underneath the 80. Has the edge right now, but the 80 is able to get that momentum going. Ooh, drives it deep. Gonna allow the 26 to come along side by side, going down the front stretch. 80 able to make it work on the outside. 26 going around. It's gonna cause a bottleneck behind them. So caution flies yet again. Rob Hattenbeck getting involved along with Brandon Kelly, Todd Lamphere, Charles Miller, Brandon Kelly, and Mike Fallon all kind of being involved in that. We'll go back and check that out and see what happened. Rob Hattenbeck, let's see, checks up as a 26, is going sideways. 26 just gets hit by the 1 because he had nowhere to go. And everybody else just kind of staring carnage in the face. Brandon Kelly again. Nose to nose with somebody 11 getting on the brakes. A little bump in there up to 9 to 11. 33 nearly missing everybody as well. Now for the drivers to sort this mess out. Caution flies here at lap 14. 3 laps to go. We'll have a shootout for the end of this first heat race. Right now, Anthony Reddick sitting up front, followed by Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Christopher Cash, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who makes everything run here. Guy keeps all these drivers under control, along with his admins. You see the number 69 up front. This will be a 4th place start for that 69 for the main event. One of the better starts of the season so far. Juice cone is out as everybody separates. The field kind of separating. You see the 80 Christopher Smith going high, along with the 69 going high as well. 3 laps to go. Can we get there? His car is in. Well-timed start there by the 21 and Anthony Rennick gets him out to the front there, followed by James Honeycutt in P number 3, and then goes back there. Dale Ogburn moves into P number 4. Christopher Cash moves back to P number 5. He's going to use that high side and leave the bottom over for Daniel Sweat. Daniel Sweat looking to make the pass there on the 69 of Christopher Cash. And almost has, the 1 gets loose. He's going to check the 7 up. The 69 has a run, but he has to check up. Tags the wall just slightly. Move everything back behind the 07. Rob Hatton back. Larry Hansel getting a little bit loose. 69 Christopher Cash. Oh, almost gets into the 7, but we're at the end here. The heat is over. Good run at the end. Battle there for 4th and 5th. We will go to the lineup, and actually the results just here in a second. 1. Show your results for heat number 1, and our only heat will be Anthony Rennick, Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, Dale Ogburn, Christopher Cash, Daniel Sweat, Rob Hattenback, Brandon Kelly, Larry Hensel Jr. I'm making it back up to P number 9, Charles Miller, Michael Fallon, and then Todd Lampier. So it's going to be a rough run there for some of the drivers in the back. They're going to have to take their time and work their way forward. You've seen some of the calamity happening through the middle of the turn. So if you're in the back, heads up. If you're in the middle, patience, patience, patience. Yeah, I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight to CRN. As we continue the coverage with the Smoky Mountain Motorsports in their truck series. Very, very focused on short tracks, which makes a lot of sense that pretty much this last season with the late model stock cars, we were all short tracks. So if you like short track racing, get a hold of Christopher Cash, or you can reach out here on CRN, and I'll get you in the right direction to join these drivers here at Smoky Mountain Motorsports. We're about halfway through the truck season, and right now we are out South Boston. Coming up on the list is going to be next week will be Stafford, followed by Twin Rings, then Hickory, and that will finish up the month of June. Then in July, we're going to take a week off, and then for the 4th of July week, and then IRP, we have the 10th of July, and then the 17th of July will be Southern National, 24th of July will be North Wilkesboro, and then the New Hampshire will be the end of July, and that will round out your normal season. And then in August, we will start our playoffs with Bristol and Dover, Martinsville, and then Iowa. And then the first week in September will be the championship race at Phoenix. All the playoff races will be 200 laps, vice 150, and the championship race will be 220. So looking forward to hopefully some great green flag running for those main events. Warm-up time is about over. We're going to about get these trucks lined up and on the track. Let's get this 150 lap race underway. Could be a quick one, but it could be a long one. Just let's see if these drivers can settle down, take their time, complete 150 laps here tonight in South Boston. Drivers getting a little excited as you heard the revving of the engines. I mean, I guess they gave the word already. You know, it'd be nice, like a national anthem prior to every race or something, like they do on the track. You could hear it in the back, like the ambient background. And it could be any national anthem, like if you're over doing a road race and you're over in Germany, play their national anthem. When I was in the Navy, when we'd pull in the port and we were overseas, we'd play both national anthems, whatever country we were in, and ours, as we were lowering the flag at night. And those that you don't know me very well, yeah, I was in the Navy for 24 years. Retired about 5 years ago now, and been enjoying life not in the Navy. That was the only thing I knew for 24 years. And right now, it's all about racing. Get on out here. Anthony Rednick looking for a win here tonight in that number 21. Lights are off on the pace car. Barry's ready. Have the patience. Do these drivers have the patience? And it's green. Let's go. Listen, boys. The 21 is on the loud pedal. Goes down to turn 1. Take the early lead here. But it all pans out too wide back there in P number 3 as Dale Ogburn fights on that outside of James Honeycutt. James Honeycutt going to use that inside to his advantage. Sticks it down there. Goes side by side with this one into one. As an early, that's just an edge out of 2. Not quite able to clear him, so yeah, another tonight. Close tonight. It's a 76 and 1. A little bit of rubbing there. The 76 is trying to hold his position. 69 Christopher Cash on move on that outside as well. See what happens here with the cars on, or the trucks on the inside. They cannot drift out, so they have to slow it up to get that truck to turn, so they don't get into the other car. Another truck, a little bit of door banging there. 76 is going to let the 1 go. Oh, a little check up there by the 7 and the 99. Or Hensley in the back, in the middle of all that. Everybody starts to get into a single file line. Probably good move there by the 76 of James Honeycutt to allow that to happen. Let's see, Mike Fallon, what happened to him? Something happened here. Let's go back, see what happened to Mike. He was in the back, so maybe just a hard checkup when everybody was... Nope, self-spin in the back by himself. Nobody around. Keep it green. Back up front. Anthony Rennick leads over Christopher Smith. Christopher Smith looking for that way around that number 21. He turned this ticker to lapse that time. We are not going to be here for 3 hours. I mean, that's at least Michael. But they had 3 hours complete those. 150 laps, and they should be done well before that. So nice racing up front right now to the 21 and 80 as they are starting to pull away from Dale Ogburn and Christopher Cash. Christopher Cash is sitting right there, tracking down that 1 as the 1 was doing battle with the 76. Maybe burn up their tires just a little bit. The 76 able to fall back in line right there. He fall back to P number 5. And Daniel Sweat still sitting at P number 6. Did a fantastic job avoiding some early calamity there. Into the inside of the 76. Everyone's going to try to make it work here. 76 wasn't able to make it work earlier, but that was when everybody had fresh tires. 07 of Daniel Sweat going to make the pass on James Honeycutt. Move James Honeycutt back to P number 6. Daniel Sweat to P number 5. Anthony Rednick still leading over over Christopher Smith's. We're at 14 laps in, but something happened with Larry Hanley Jr. Pull out this track map here so you can kind of see what's going on in case I miss it. Go back here, see what happened to Larry. Goes to the inside of the 76. Oh, just probably some net code. And using getting on the apron. So locking it up. He was going sideways, but it looks like everybody else was able to stay clear. So just a loss of position there for the 33 as the caution flies here on lap 13. But just like that, we're already on lap 16. One caution so far here tonight. One self-spin. I'm sure Mike Fallon appreciates that caution. Don't catch back up to the back of the field. Let's see. I wonder. Trying to remember. Right here. Look here. So we have 4 tire set limit for the race, so there's 4 sets of tires. So we need to run 40 laps or so, close to 40 laps on a set average. We do have, I think there is yet one fast repair. So pretty good one so far. That I think a little bit of net code came into play there between Larry Hanley Jr. and James Honeycutt. Lights are off on the pace car, getting ready to go back green here. Pace car is in as the 21 gets on the loud pedal. It's a good break into turn number 1. Takes back over the lead, followed by that number 80 of Christopher Smith as they were out to a nice little lead, not huge, but they were working on it. Now you have the one of Dale Ogburn fall in place early. Mr. Cash not fighting that, lets them go by so they can fall in a single file. Instead of Daniel Sweat looking at that back bumper of the 69 as well, but everybody is single file. Go down through turn 1.
Good thing.
What's that, buddy?
You might have to turn me down, but
Yeah, let me turn you down for a sec. You are loud in my ears. Hold on. Come on.
yeah, buddy. Sorry.
There you go. All right, next one.
Hey.
So,
Sorry,
26 of 150 right now. Christopher Smith's out front now as he's just taking the lead over Anthony Rennick. Mike Fallon crashed again. Let's go back there.
Oh no, Mike!
He jumped to the pits though, kept it green. 21 gets underneath the 80, pushes him up to the wall. To 80 gets on the wall, but we keep it green here. 80 loses the 2 spots. He's able to bring that 80 truck back down in front of Christopher Cash.
Yeah, it almost looked like the 80 Christopher Smith overdrove the corner and drove up the track, and that allowed the 21 to get in front of him. And once someone passes you and he's slow like that, you're going to probably lose another spot. But he falls in front of Christopher Cash, and Jimmy, it's a lot of bottom feeding, a little bit more. They're running more of a traditional line than I would expect. As I was watching, I was thinking that they were going to do the whole half a lane up from the apron, but in turn 3 and 4, that's what they do. But on turn 1 and 2, they are bottom feeding on that white line.
Yeah, it's
yellow line.
Yeah, it seems to be the preferred line here. But we've seen early James Honeycutt not able to use the outside or the inside to maintain his position. He actually lost a spot there, so I don't know if he just was overdriving in the corner. But on fresh tires, the outside is pretty strong, but as in tires wear down, I think the inside line is the place to be. Right now, they're all pretty close. But Anthony Rennick out front now. Christopher Smith was able to get by Dale Ogburn back into P number 2, so move the 80 back up front as he did lose the lead there. Oh, and see Christopher Cash getting a little loose. Losing a little bit of time there. Daniel Sweat checks up. The rest of the field checks up as well, so good job there by everybody. Todd Lamphere on the move. We've seen him have an incident during the heat event. That 26 is moving through the field at a fairly quick pace.
I'm more excited to see who's going to be the biggest mover of the race with all these green flag run laps, Jimmy. I mean, because it's a short track, you got to take care of it. It's easy to overdrive and heat up that right front, and then also easy to burn up that right rear too to get it on that gas a little too much. So as you can see, Anthony Rennick. A little squirrely, but Daniel Sweat is on his way up, moving up through the field, I guess. Got by Todd Lamphere, and then you got Larry Hensley Jr. just casually riding behind and counting down the laps, trying to get a feel for the track. Probably is not real comfortable. I don't think he really prefers this track too much at that, or he's never had really great success at it. So. But he's keeping his nose clean right now and just trying to see everyone else how they're running the line. Maybe he can pick something up to get him to the front. But right now he's in P7. Yeah. I'm waiting for it. Eight. I'm waiting for the ticker, and it's a little slow right now. But yeah, no, it's he's up 1 spot from the start, and as Daniel Sweat makes another pass, there's James Honeycutt. I think he's just chilling. I know he got him. It sounded like he got him some issues early in the race, and I think he's just trying to pick and choose when he wants to go. So I mean, it's not having Brandon Elvis and Justin Coleman, I mean, it's a huge opportunity to get the lead. I mean, Christopher Smith has just made the pass on Anthony Rednick. I guarantee you there's the tires coming into play. I mean, hitting your marks just every lap is going to be beneficial, Jimmy. Not overdriving, I get it. We're all racers. Patience is it doesn't come easy for some people, and I know I'm one of them. So just hitting your marks and driving your own race is good. But Christopher Cash making a pass, trying to make a pass on the outside of Todd Lamphere, and that's all for that P number 6 spot. So right in front of Rob Hattenback and Larry Hensley Jr.
Lap 46.
No, he's
Stage break.
I think Todd Lamphere got lucky on that, He got loose coming out of turn 3 and 4 and allowed Christopher Cash to get by him, but not before the caution came out. So unfortunately, the Todd Lamphere is going to get that P number 5 for the stage break. As you can see, everyone's coming down pit lane. I have no doubts everyone who's going to be the man that's going to get 2 tires, Jimmy. 2? Are you going to take 2 or are you going to take 4?
You're early right out there. Still over 100 laps remaining. I'm going 4 tires. And possibly 2 for the next one, depending on how much my tires have been eliminated. Been on a lot of green flag laps here tonight. Anthony Rinnick still in the pits there, so losing lots of valuable track time in the pits. And I want to kind of go back there and see what happened with Anthony Rinnick as he entered the pits. Yet I'm wondering if he came in too fast or overshot. Go ahead and just check that 21. He was in there a long time. Seems to be okay right there. Just stall just a little bit, but wonder what the prolonged stop was for. He came in right after the 80, and you see the 80's still gone.
I wonder if he hit the wall at some point and just trying to get the.
Yeah, he might be taking some repairs. Maybe some slight repairs needed on a number 41. So taking him here early, a smart move. He is going to lose a few positions and move him back to that P number 6 spot. So hopefully he is able to make it back up to the field in a quick manner and clean manner. But we've seen some good good green flag runs here so far. But we're back green already on lap 50. This time Christopher Smith wasted no time trying to get out there, establish the lead over Daniel Swift. The one getting a little loose is able to catch it.
That's going to stack everyone behind him, Jimmy. Sorry.
Yeah, it is going to stack them up behind him, but the 80 and 7 are going to continue to battle. We've seen this early. Oh, the 7 getting loose. That's all the 80 needed to establish the lead. Now he's got nobody on the outside. He's going to be able to run the lines the way he would like to instead of being pinched down there. But good try there by the 07 to keep the 80 tied up for just a little bit. But the 26 of Todd Lamphere up 9 spots. He talked about I guess maybe the interviews were on mute last week. I don't know. I didn't catch the end of it, but hopefully he'll get a chance to get back in the booth and get up here tonight and thank his sponsors from last week as well as this week. But he still has 95 laps remaining in order to do that. So he is one step closer as he's now back up in the P number 3. Christopher Cash maybe trying to follow that number 26 up towards the front as well, as he's been hanging around, sitting there in 4th and 5th, currently sitting 4th, up 1 position. Dale Ogburn has now moved back to P number 5. Anthony Rinnick now in P number 6. So like I said, the 21's got to kind of take his time. There's a lot of laps until the next stage break, and then we will see when and how many people come in and what their strategy is from here, Derek.
Yeah, and maybe the Discord didn't. I don't know. I figured it would be because it was the channel. I'm sorry, Todd. I hope you get up here tonight so we can talk more tonight. But no, I think the strategy. I think you hit the nail on that. And
Christopher Cash. Yeah, see Christopher Cash go around.
Did he have help?
We're about to find out right here. You can see him getting a little loose right there.
Him and the one. Oh, no, he just lost it.
Yeah, just self-spin there by the 69 is going to send him around. Nothing like looking at traffic. That is not what you want to see. Puts him in the middle of the track, locks it up though. Is able to stay still. You can see the one go high. But Cash, being a veteran that he is, holds the truck still, allows the field to go by, as there's nothing really you can do once the caution flies except slow down and don't hit anybody. So self-spin there for the number 69, lap number 58. I'll bring out our third caution on the night. He will not count the stage break. That does not count. Working on getting close to that halfway mark right now. Christopher Smith out front with over Daniel Sweat. Al Dampier up to that Pete number 9 spot, looking to knock on the door as was faster in practice. Got wrapped up in an incident during the heat race, moved him back for the start of this race. So, driving like an angry teenager right now, I'm sure.
I mean, him in the 21. I mean, the 21 fell back because we're guessing he took some repairs. I mean, I don't disagree. If you have like a minimal amount of time, I agree because it minimizes the optional repair. Like, that's my mindset. You can call me crazy or paranoid, but if you have 20 seconds of damage and then you knock the wall down, that 20 seconds could be the difference of having a meatball or not having a meatball. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, been there, done that.
But what I was going to say, you hit it nail on the head. I do agree. Taking 4 tires right here, Jimmy, for the simple fact that you can see where your left sides, right sides are at, but I also do believe that you might take right sides to see how it would do and see if it's going to affect anything. And then luckily we've got a short caution. And then, all right, it didn't work out. You can put the left sides on and be in the back. But as the pace car is off, Christopher Smith's going to get on that loud pedal going down into turn number 1. Daniel Sweat on his side. Dale 2x2 as they slowly fall behind. Daniel Sweat's going to try to stay on the outside like he did last time. They're side by side coming out of turn number 4. Daniel Sweat's going to pinch Christopher Smith, but it doesn't matter. Christopher Smith gets to the line first. Still side by side, Jimmy. I mean, this is as close as you can get. They're doing, it looks like the same person's driving both those trucks, going around each of these corners and doing a perfect job. They're keeping those trucks clear from each other and being patient on that throttle. I think Daniel Sweat has maybe the 3rd time in the charm. Christopher Smith getting a little loose on the inside, but he's going to have a chance to not almost. Nope. Daniel Sweat's going to stay alongside him, Jimmy. This is an awesome battle. I mean, a lot of patience. This is a lot of hard work, a lot of patience. I can only imagine what Daniel Sweat's feeling right now, trying to battle for the lead and not try to overdrive the truck or get on the gas pedal too much and still hang along the side of Christopher Smith.
Yeah, it's a hard move here, and you can see as the tires are going away, Christopher Smith is now able to clear the 7 coming out of the corner. Just that outside just takes so much out of the tires, and you really do have an opportunity and chance to make a pass when the tires are cold and newer, but it really does eat up the tires. Now falls back into P number 2, and if Dale Ogborn's tires are in better shape and not heated up, he can make it around that 07. But right now it is the 80 out front over the 07 Daniel Sweat and Dale Ogburn. Todd Lampier is up there to Pete number 4. Anthony Rennick has moved himself past Rob Hattenbeck into Pete number 5. Larry Hansen Jr. Quietly and meticulously working his way back up to the field as he is now in Pete number 7. Brandon Kelly still, I say his name, he tags a wall, but we're going to stay green here.
It's not the broadcaster board curse.
No. We'll go back here. We'll see what happened to Brandon Kelly here. Just too much throttle. It slaps the walls, keeps it down the inside, keeps it going straight for the most part. But we're on lap 74 of 150, about to break that halfway mark, Derek. So been a good set of laps here for all the drivers.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just picking them up and putting them down. Everyone trying to keep their nose clean, not trying to collect any penalty points. But I'm pretty sure a lot of these drivers have reset their penalty points for the week to week, because we had very few cautions last week. So just further along the green flag laps as we would expect, with everyone getting used to driving with each other. So, Jimmy, it's been exciting the last 2 weeks. I know sometimes it's a little frustrating, as you can see. Larry Hensley Jr. and Rob Hadenbeck are battling for position right now, right behind Anthony Rednick, and unfortunately for Rob, he has Anthony Rednick in front of him, so he has nowhere to go, and it depends on where he's going to be in front of. Is going to be as Rob Hadenbeck holds off Larry Hensley Jr. for that spot. Now Rob Hadenbeck's going to try to go after Anthony Rednick. It's going to make Anthony Rednick open the door, getting loose coming out of the corner, but then you see Larry Hensley Jr. on that yellow line, going to get a nice little run down the back. Caution is out. You are right, sir.
Yeah, I get blinded every time caution comes up. But Brandon Kelly is still having issues back here. Tires probably overheated again. Self-spin down the front stretch, this time in the way of traffic as 23 makes his way by. So caution will fly here. Probably could have kept it going, maybe, but better safe than sorry. Whip that 9 around, get things going back here again. So
Jimmy's blinded by the light.
Yeah, the caution flags are pretty bright. I was just talking about that earlier. I got all kinds of fancy toys there, and they just.
I know. I know.
It's aesthetics are nice, but sometimes.
Now, are they? Which one's the brightest? The cautions or the white or green flag?
Okay, just to tell you how bright these things are, I am operating them on 3%.
Yeah, well, I know that. I mean, what I'm saying is one brighter than the other, or no, not really.
No, yellow's pretty bright. The white's obviously bright, but even the greens when they go, I like them. I enjoy them because it's very, especially when I'm driving. Give me that self-awareness. I don't have to look for this little flag on my screen. It's happening. It's like I get that visual cue. Even with my gear, like when there's no flags flying, my gear's showing on my left-hand side, and when I hit the rev limiter hits, or it's time to shift, my gear number will change from, I have it set to on gray. It's like dimmed down, like a dimmed down white, and then when it goes red, it's time to shift. So that helps with a lot of with driving. And then when somebody's alongside you in your blind spots, they got like this blind spot indicator. I get these arrows depending on the side, or if they're on each side. Then basically it flashes, so I know what side the car is on. I don't have to focus on like what's going on in front of me. I'm trying to maintain my line, and I don't have to take my eyes off what's happening in front. I can just see the light happening. But we're gonna get back under green here. Lap 84 of 150. Christopher Smith out front. This time on the high side. He's gonna try a little different angle here, as he had the 07 battle in there 2 times in a row. So 80 decides to take the high side here for the start. And Derek, that's something I've noticed, with a lot of leagues that actually I've been broadcasting, is for a lot of restarts, the leader likes to take the high side, and I think it's because they can come down, like when they get the jump, they can, once they know that guy's clear, they can take his runaway and come down to the bottom. So it checks them up, slows up that guy in second place.
Well, Jimmy, I do agree with you on what you just said, but I will never personally go and take the high side ever again. So, well, anyway, so, but no, you're right. I do believe it gets an advantage for the leader because they are able to get that run and get that nice wide arcing straight line off. And that's honestly how I thought they would be racing the lines tonight, as how Christopher Smith went. But I was wrong with the way they are driving. But anyways, Anthony Rennick and Rob Hattenback are fighting for that position right now for that P number 5 spot. So as you can see, Dale Ogburn and Todd Lamphere, the battle, and Todd Lamphere got into the wall, and that's going to leave the door open for Anthony Rennick. Ooh, Dale Ogburn. Oh no! Todd Lamphere got up and got back onto the gas, and that rear end just came around on him. But he doesn't wreck it. Great save, and is able. He just lost a couple spots, but that checked out everyone behind him as. So as you're right now, you see it going in. He just got in. Maybe got back onto the throttle a little too quickly.
Just tagged the wall there just a little bit. It was enough to. Then he had a good run, but checked up. So.
Yeah, when he let up and got back into the gas, I imagine he spun the tires just a wee little bit. But as of now, Christopher Smith is your leader. He has about a second lead. So over Daniel Sweat, as Daniel Sweat has a huge gap of 1.5 second lead over the third place car of Dale Ogburn, and Dale is just in front of. Oh, caution is out, and I believe this is the end of stage number 2, Jimmy.
Yes,
as quickly as they are up and down, here comes your strategy. Who's going to take 2 tires? Who's going to take 4? And who's going to stay out?
And we're going to see it right here. I'm going to bring up the tower just so you guys can see who's entered in pit lane. It looks like Larry Hansen Jr. decided to stay out.
I could have called that one when he pitted on the last caution there, Jimmy.
I'm going to put him up front along with Chris Miller, but Anthony Rennick, Chris Smith's Honeycutt, Ogburn, Cash, Sweat, Rob Hattenbeck on his way out of the field and pits now, so very fast to pit there for this 99.
Ooh. Rob Hattenbeck with a 2-tire stop.
A little bit of a mix-up.
What do you? I don't know. I don't know when the last. I don't know when the last caution was and how many laps that was, but I don't think it was too terrible.
Well, you can see Larry Hansen Jr. was in there at lap 81.
Yeah,
so 15 laps. So. He does have 15 lap older tires now. As hard as these drivers have been running, we're going to see how well Larry's able to make those slightly older tires work. I mean, 15 laps here at a short track, and it shouldn't be too much. And if you can get him cooled down, he should be able to do well. He just has to be careful he doesn't spin his tires from the start. But yeah, Rob Hattenback up there, he pulled that 2-tire stop off, and we're going to see if it's going to work, because you have Christopher Smith right behind him, along with Daniel Sweat, Dale Ogburn, Anthony Rennick in P number 6. Todd Lamphere moves all the way back to P number 7. What happened to Mike Fallon?
I think I don't know.
I don't like to see the word crash under a caution. You could just like stop or something for somebody. But pace lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back to green here. Finish the last and final remaining 50 laps here. But Larry Hansen Jr. on the loud pedal from the top was able to get a good jump over the number 80 of Christopher Smith. But now they will have to battle side by side. Larry just needs to manage his tires, keep his line, try to keep that lower line if possible.
it's all about trying to keep the guys in behind him, but also not overdrive that truck, as he's going to have a bunch of good trucks trying to get around him. But it's about tire management now. Jimmy, you got 46, 47 laps to go. So, I mean, it's still a long race. So, I mean, he was in the back. Oh, as we got a caution coming out, Anthony Rennick with the self-spin coming out of turn number 4, just spun the truck around. No major damage to that truck. Just got onto the gas pedal a little too much and sent that truck around.
And just do a quick replay there of the 21. You can see him down that low side. He gets on the apron just a little bit. I don't know if that has anything to do with it at all, but goes around a solo, not touched by anybody. Gets turned around, slaps the wall, has to give it a 180 there on the track, get the 21 rolling straight. So some angry tires there for the 67, but it looks like Christopher Cash coming in. Maybe not happy with his set of tires that he had. Maybe he was one of those 2 tire changers and maybe got on the gas and was not happy. So go in, get some freshies, come back on out. So number 69. Yep. Down he goes. 69 back on track. He's got 43 laps. Get back up to the front. He was having a good run there. He was up as high as P number 4. Hensley Jr., not a stranger being out front. He's had some good races. Not too long ago, as he's been up here with a P number 3 and talked to us in the boot. Larry Hensley Jr. also kind of our in-race reporter when we need him. He ignores us most of the time on purpose. But Larry's a good friend of mine and Derek's.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes Larry will agree. Sometimes it gets a little too excited and might overdrive the whatever car he's in at the time. But I mean, we're all guilty of that. I can't say nothing because I know I've done it plenty. Hence why I said I will never be on the outside again. Restart. That's because I got a little overzealous and passed before the moved down before the line, and it was overruled. So my win was taken away. So let's just say I said some. Let's just say I had some choice words, but it was my fault. Nothing I could do. So, but anyways, the pace car is on pit road. We're about to get ready to go to green. Larry is off on the loud pedal, off going into turn number 1. Christopher Smith is just underneath. Is about to get a they're getting a little close. Dale Ogberg get a little loose behind him. That's going to just check up James Honeycutt in the back as we still battle watching. Oh, looks like Christopher Smith got a little overzealous going into the corner, but caution is out. Caution is out. I wonder what that Christopher Cash was collected in that.
Brendan Kelly getting turned around.
I think he would have been fine if it wasn't for Christopher Cash, and Christopher Cash ever so slightly, and that truck goes around, and that's what causes the caution. Nowhere for Christopher Cash to go.
Yeah, he was down there, but I think with the speed that he had going,
he wasn't making the corner anyways. I would have been.
It's pretty tough.
I think he got let off easy.
Yeah. A tough break for those two drivers, especially the 69, as he was having a pretty good run. Maybe Chris has a faster pair in the pocket. Maybe. He's down. He's in now. So to go down there. No, still got some left front damage on the 69. Hopefully it does not affect the way that truck handles. It's one thing to have a damaged vehicle. It's one to have one that is damaged and drives like poop. But Larry Hansen Jr. welcomes the caution as he didn't have quite the jump there. He didn't fool the 80 like he did last time. They're trying to keep the 80 guessing. He's got 36 more laps there to hold on to that spot. Did a great job holding off the 80 as he obviously runs a higher line than Christopher Smith.
I think that might be the product of his older tires there, Jimmy.
Yeah, I think so.
But I mean, as long as he, gets lucky enough to get some of these right time cautions, as like that one was, I think he'd be all right if he can just hit his marks. Then he might be able to, with some luck, get a chance for this win here. So.
He's got some hungry drivers behind him as Larry Hansen Jr. leads. Christopher Smith, Dale Ogburn, Daniel Sweat, Rob Hattenbeck, Todd Lampier, James Honeycutt, Charles Miller, Anthony Rennick, Christopher Cash, Brandon Kelly, all on the lead lap. And then you see Fallon down there. I think I don't even know how many laps down he is. Hold on. I'll pull that up. He is 8 laps down.
Oop. And the green is off. Marty is waving that green flag as they're side by side. 3-4 rows back, and it's going to be side-by-side action, and it's going to be a tough one as you see Daniel Swick and Dale Ogburn as well. Larry Hensley Jr. gets a little sideways coming out of the corner. Christopher Smith drives up. Oh, they're so close as they're side-by-side. Ooh, this is rough sledding. Oh, Christopher Smith makes that pass over Larry Hensley Jr. Now Larry's just going to have to hold him off and try to hang on to that P number 2 spot. So we got plenty enough racing left to go. As Larry is going to be in that, trying to hold off, doing the best he can there, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work there, and like I said, it's hard to beat newer tires. He's really trying to pinch, basically open. Oh, and a caution comes out. I see some Cash going around again. Todd Lampier, Anthony Rennick. Some Cash. Another caution gives Larry Hansen Jr. the opportunity to maybe get that lead back. It happened to Rennick here. Just loses it going into the corner. And also Todd Lampier. Thought that was Cash for a second. This is after Rennick went around. Just checking up. Oh, maybe a little slight bump from the 99. It's a 26 around. 123. Yeah, lap 123. 27 laps remaining in this 150 lap main event here at South Boston.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a shootout. I think we're going to have like maybe 25 laps to go when the green flag comes out. And you know, Larry Hensley Jr., as you see on your screen, he went into the pits and took fresh tires. And I don't know if that's going to really benefit him, but we'll find out.
I mean, if he was struggling, I mean, that could have been the reason he lost the position. He was doing a really good job holding on with him a little bit older tires, but now he's the driver with the newer tires. But he has to play it safe, and with only about 25 laps remaining, it's gonna be like the heat race. It could be over quickly, and these drivers have been doing fairly well, keeping it clean. We'll see here. Who's going out, and it looks like, well, not out, but drivers choosing their side, high or low. Right now, Christopher Smith will leave them all down. Followed by Daniel Sweat, Dale Ogburn, and James Honeycutt making his way back up to P number 4. On the loud pedal they go as Christopher Smith goes down to turn number 1 with Daniel Sweat side by side, or excuse me, and P number 2, Ogburn and James Honeycutt battling side by side. James Honeycutt falls behind in the 1. Lex to save his tires a little bit. I'm hearing some screeching going on as the caution flag comes out again. This time for Christopher Cash on lap 127. Go back here, see what happened. Just getting loose. Larry Hansen Jr. barely making it around that one. Everybody missed him. Everybody missed him.
I don't know what happened on that one. That looked a little funny.
I mean, see if I can go down. Let's see. It's hard. I was just trying to catch the truck. You could see him working the wheel. No more to go. Tough break for the 69. Like I said, he was having a good run. He was up there as high as P number 4. Right now, it is Christopher Smith, followed by Daniel Sweat, Dale Ogburn, James Honeycutt, Todd Lampier in P number 5, looking to get back up into running podium positions. And then Rob Hattenback, Larry Hansen Jr., Anthony Reddick, Charles Miller, Christopher Smith. Fallon a few laps down. Here. Lights are still on the pace car. I think that we will go back, getting ready for green next time by. Give us 19 laps. This race could be over in the matter of minutes. We will ride on board with Brandon Kelly for this next start. You can see a lot of drivers choosing their lanes.
It's still funny to see that legend car there, Jimmy, as the thinking that someone's going to nail them, but they never do. There's a still penalty for that.
Yeah, it's a pretty stiff penalty for taking up
You're done in front of the guy.
Yeah, unless you want to park the truck.
Yeah,
we're gonna go back to green as the pace car is in. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna ride on board Brandon Kelly here as he's down on the inside, and currently in P number 8, Larry Hansen Jr. is on the outside. Him up front, Christopher Smith is able to grab the lead over to 07 to Daniel Sweat. One of Dale Ogburn is in P number 3. James Honeycutt in P number 4. Rob Hattenback, P number 5. Alan Beer would be in P number 6.
You can see Larry Lindsay Jr. giving him a little squirrely coming out of that corner there, Jimmy.
He's got 16 laps remaining, and he does have them pressure tires. Going about 2 laps to get them heated up, and you see he's got a little more grip than some of the other drivers, so see if he can get those to work. But he's coming up on some of the front of the pack here, where he's really got to pick and choose. He's got to get his nose in. Gets in there under 26. But has to check up there so he doesn't get alongside him, but we'll back the cameras up as the 33 is trying to make his way through the field with the newer tires. Doing a pretty good job keeping himself out of trouble right at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher Smith and Daniel Sweat are battling out. Dale Ogburn's trying to do his best to hold off Rob Hatton back for that P number 3 and that podium spot to come hang out with us. So depending on who's going to come in, talk to us there. We got 12 laps to decide who's going to be that third and final podium winner, Jimmy.
And Rob.
No, Rob! No!
The caution is out.
Dang it, Rob!
Derek's fault this time. Rob out in the back, getting a little, driving the corner a little too deep there. It locks up the front, ends up getting into the wall. It was so low. But just trying to do some heavy battling. And this, it's coming down, final laps, trying to make something happen. He's up, getting into the wall there. Free position for some drivers out there as we are winding down. We are down to 10 laps to go. We are under caution, so minus 3 laps or so. We'll be down to about 5 or 6 lap shootout here for the night. Christopher Smith looking for another win, trying to get a fake. I would not do that fake. Not this late in the race. If I got the gas, I'm not coming in. And if I don't have the gas, I'm probably still not coming in. He's shutting off my engine.
Coasting.
Like it's shutting off the engine, because that's truly the only way to save fuel these days. It's all about throttle position. You used to be able to short shift. I don't do that. You can't do that no more. You have to
do it the old-fashioned way.
Old-fashioned way. You gotta coast. Just get off the power altogether. It's actually a skill, like a unique skill, because it's not easy. It sounds easy, it's not. Especially
some are better at it than others.
Yeah,
I will say that.
Yeah, it's not something I do much. I just go for broke. This guy going for broke tonight right now is Christopher Smith. Hoping to hold on to his lead here over Daniel Sweat, Dale Ogburn. Here 1, 2, 3. Then James Honeycutt sitting in that 4th spot. Larry Hansen Jr. has made it up to Pete, number 5. He is the driver on the newest tires. Not quite sure if there is enough time for him to get around. The trucks are out there choosing their side now. We'll see how they're lining up here. Back to camera. Christopher Smith on the outside of the 07 Daniel Sweat. Daniel Ogburn's on the outside. There's the juniors on the inside, probably where he wants to be. Just got to get them tires to stick. Not Larry. That was James Hancock. Not able to make things work back there. Larry Hansen Jr. makes it around the 76. 4 laps to go. Gets a little loose.
James Honeycutt had a little brown stain moment.
Daniel Sweat gets loose as he lets Dale Ogburn go by. Was able to hold on to P number 3. 3 laps to go. There's a mess in the back. Caution is out. Seeing Rob Hatton back involved.
I think Christopher Smith wanted to see that caution come out.
And we will be going into overtime here. We'll see what happens. Just right there in front of Rob Hatton back. Anthony Rennick getting loose, getting into the 9. And that's about the caution. They were able to keep it going, but too many cars checking up. We do have, I believe, light checkers.
Yes, 2. We got 2.
Two. They have 2 attempts.
It's under race details.
Right there.
Or it was.
I thought it was. Here's the server run. I thought it was there. Either way, we're gonna have a green-white checker attempt.
Well, there's on mine, because I have the flags up. It says green-white caution or green-white checkered 1 of 2.
Yeah, 1 of 2. Yeah. Mine's up there too. Okay, I got this up. Oops. My flag is in a bad spot. I can never see it. I'll move it. There we go. Back live.
Yes. Well, it's going to be
I mean, it's gotta be interesting. You got now Christopher Smith up there with Dale Ogburn in second, Daniel Sweatson now in third. James Honeycutt been fighting to get in that on this podium, sitting back there in P number 4. Lorenzo Jr.'s in P number 5. Outland Beard is in 6th. Brandon Kelly, Rob Hattenbeck, Charles Miller, Anthony Rennick. Anthony Rennick down in the pits, so probably calling it a night tonight. Just when you thought it was over. Overtime. This car is in. Christopher Smith waits around for no one. Gets on the loud pedal. Gets down there. Trying to make things happen.
oh no! Oh no, Larry!
Big accident. Caution is out. Oh my goodness. Everybody trying to win the race with 3 laps remaining in turn number 1. Are you leaving 2? We'll go back here. Let me slow this thing down. Oops. I want to pause this here. And we will go back. I think Rob Hattenbeck had a pretty good view of this. I go back on the nose here. Let's kind of see what's going on here from a POV point of view from Rob Hattenbeck and the number 99. So going down into the corners here, you see up front battling the 1, getting down on the apron, getting loose, trying to get as much grip as he can. Tires aren't warmed up yet, so it's going to push that 1 up into the 7. 33 thinks he sees an opening, and they come down the field. Ends up going for a ride upside down, end over end. Rob's like, oh no. Oh no. Like, yeah, what do you do as a driver? Please don't hit me from on the back. He's swerving. Oh, Rob working that wheel. And I think he made it through there pretty cleanly. But the the 23, like over half the field involved in that one. If you want to call a big one, this is the big one. Reset, let's go. Hopefully people got fast repairs. One more time. We will go back. Right now, your leader is Christopher Smith. P number 2 will be James Honeycutt. Rob Hattenbeck is in, and Todd Lampier going back and forth. And then Larry Hansen Jr., Brandon Kelly. So here we go. One more time. This is it. Pace car is in. And away they go. 80 out front. Over James Honeycutt and Rob Hadback. Rob Hadback trying to use that outside. He's going to pedal to the metal. Doesn't work. Goes 7. Daniel Sweat gets on the wall with the 11. James Honeycutt gets to P number 2 secured. Tom Dampier in P number 3, fighting with Rob Hattenbeck. Not quite able to. 9 goes down into the inside wall. Oh, and 26 of Tom Dampier gets into the 33. Winner of tonight's race will be the 80 of Christopher Smith, followed by the 76 of James Honeycutt, and the 99 of Rob Hattenbeck. Followed in P number 4 will be Larry Hensley Jr., then Dale Ogburn, Charles Miller, Brandon Kelly, Tom Dampier, Daniel Sweat, Mike Fallon, Anthony Rennick, Christopher Cash. And in our clown car, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tom Friedez, known as Race Control.
Yeah, Jimmy, that was pretty exciting. You didn't know, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but exciting few laps. It was a lot of beating and banging. You didn't know who's going to do what, how everything's going to play out. So, but it is... race ended. So, ooh, buddy, that was exciting. I'm trying to search for the right words.
Well, sometimes those incidents are probably not necessary, but I mean, I know everybody's going for the win, but sometimes it's like people forget how the race, they cause incidents that probably shouldn't be. They're driving the car too deep. If it didn't work on lap 10 or 15, it's definitely not gonna work on lap 149. But overtime here tonight, Christopher Smith will walk away the winner over James Honeycutt, Rob Hattenbeck, and then Larry Hensley Jr. I'll go ahead and pull up the results on the screen for everybody so you can see them as they happened. And we will get these drivers in here to talk to them and get their side of the story and hear what they have to say tonight. Give them a little time for the shot with their sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, that are all the sponsors here with Smoky Mountain Motorsports, 2S Simography, Nana Cash, Lobster Boys. Trying to think of them all because I don't know them all off the top of my head. Oh, Shenko. It's custom diecast.
Well, got someone.
And we do have somebody in the booth, Mr. Rob Hattenbeck. Rob, hey, it said Jimmy and Derek in the booth. You copy, my friend?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, a long time since I got a chance to talk to that number 99. So it's been a very interesting night there for you. You were kind of quiet for most of the race, and then towards the end, you seen starting to fight for the front. You had to avoid a few incidents to get yourself in position to be where you finished here tonight. But give us a little rundown of how your night went for you.
I mean, it was going pretty good. I was just kind of like cruising because, Sobo was pretty notorious for chewing up tires. So I was just trying to, save up tires as much as I could. When we pitted that first stage break, I mean, my tires were still, 96 on the right and, 97s, 98s on the left. So I was like, man, we just did a 30-lap run. I'm not going to, need to pit this next, stage. And, towards the longer of the run, the car was getting a little greasy, a little loose. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get, right sides on the second one. And that's what I did on the second one. And I kind of messed up on the choose cone. I wasn't paying attention, and I chose the outside behind Larry. And I was like, man, I should have chose the inside. I just gave it to Chris. But other than that, I mean, yeah, it was just a lot of just, paying attention to the guy in front of you and just trying not to run anybody over, because you got to brake hard to slow these trucks down. So there's just a lot of just, buying my time and just being patient.
Yeah, it's been a up and down season for all you drivers out there on these short tracks, and you definitely have plenty of power in the trucks, that's for sure. And yeah, you're not kidding. I had to go out there just to kind of set up cameras and realize how much brake you actually got to use, and then like how much you're not even on the gas to go through the corner. So, and then when you do finally it's time to get back on the gas, you get, oh, by the way, be careful because you can give it too much. So you guys definitely have your work cut out for you on every single race this season so far. But tonight you come away at the third place finisher. So from CRN and everybody out there, I want to say congratulations and give you some time for any shouts that you may have.
Okay. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd like to first thank my wife for letting me come out here and race and doing something I like doing. And then Bad Company Racing, all the guys in there, good group of guys. I mean, we help each other out. Every night we come out here and race just to, at least get one of us in the podium. And, Race on Texas and Daniel Delgado Photograph. I'd like to thank them. And Cash for, putting up this league, and for you guys for broadcasting it for us. And, of course, Tom doing the race control. Always does a good job.
So
puts up a lot of crap.
Yeah, we definitely forget about race control sometimes, and he definitely has his handfuls this season with the you guys and your challenges with the truck. But again, congratulations, man, and we'll let you go and get out of here and go celebrate with your friends and family.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Y'all have a good night.
You too, Rob.
You too, bud.
And that's your third place finisher, Rob Hattenback, Bad Company Racing, and number 99 pink and black Marines machine. So always good to see that car out there, and Rob battling. I had to get up to the front. Talking about a guy that's had his luck diminished some races, but finally gets on that podium here tonight. So we will be on the hunt here for the number 76 of James Honeycutt.
Well,
number 2.
They're all waiting for me to pull.
Oh, they're all waiting for you? Oh, wow.
Hey, James Honeycutt, your P number 2 finisher, Jimmy and Derek in the booth got us.
Loud and clear.
Hey, buddy. I mean, what a crazy night for you, man. Why don't you tell us a little bit how you did tonight?
I got a little disgruntled with the penalty early on, but just kind of adjusted the truck as the race went on. And thankfully, me, Christopher, and Dale, we ran pretty good at the end. And I was not expecting everybody to wreck right behind me at the last few laps. It was wild.
I mean, a lot of the times it's good to be lucky than good. And this week, you felt lucky that everyone wrecked behind you, not in front of you.
Yeah, I was really worried about this race because I wasn't sure about the shifting, but after I kind of got into a little bit of a groove, I figured out how to get into the corners a lot better, and it kind of helped my run as the race went through. But overall, really happy. Very happy for Christopher to finally get his first win of the season, and really glad I walked out here with the top 3.
Well, next week we go to Stafford. How do you feel about your chances going over there with the trucks?
Well, like most of these trucks, I've never run the trucks at Stafford, so it's going to be a lot of a learning curve like it was tonight with South Boston. So I'm going to probably hit the ground running, do a little testing, and hopefully once the race gets around there starting, I'll be prepared.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on your P number 2. I'll give you some time to give any shout-outs or special thanks that you might have.
I'm just happy to be here. Had a lot of fun with Christopher, Todd. Happy birthday to Todd, of course, and racing with all of them. It was very fun, so I really look forward to next week.
Well, congratulations again on your second place finish tonight. I'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family, buddy.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Take it easy.
All right, everyone. That's your P number 2 finisher, James Honeycutt, and that number 76 Chevrolet. But before I hand it off to Jimmy and bring in Christopher Smith, and happy birthday, Todd Lamphere. Sorry you didn't make it into the booth tonight.
No birthday podiums.
No birthday podiums, Jimmy. Bah humbugs.
All right, bah humbugs. All right, well, we got the winner here now for tonight's race. Will be that number 80 of Christopher Smith. Chris, you had a strong truck all night. Pretty much, you were the truck to kind of try to get around and get behind you. Why don't you give us a little rundown on how your race was, as it did get a little crazy there for a little bit.
Yeah, man, truck felt good. South Boston's probably one of my favorite tracks on here, so to get a win feels good.
Getting a good win here tonight definitely makes progress on that championship run, as well as just kind of you guys are pretty much about halfway through the season right now, and next week you're heading off to Stafford. How do you feel about your chances over there next week?
I don't. That's a difficult track. We'll see what we can do though.
My
See,
recommendation is
trucks-
go fast and turn left, as I've always been told.
Go fast and turn left.
I mean, Christopher, you did not like your chances tonight, but you ended up winning the race. I mean, that might be a good sign for you. If you don't like it, then you might win it.
Yeah, that's very true.
We walk away a winner here tonight, that's for sure, on a difficult track. 150 laps here tonight at South Boston. So again, congratulations. Let's give you a little bit of time for any shots that you might have, everybody.
Yeah, thanks to my wife letting me do this. Say hey to my dad. I know he's watching. Coleman Designs, Elvis and Coleman Racing, Chastain Law Firm, and thank y'all guys for putting on the broadcast.
Anytime we can put on a broadcast for Smoky Mountain, we sure will be here. So again, congratulations on your win tonight, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you, sir.
That is your winner here tonight, number 80, Christopher Smith. So he, after the completion of actually over 150 laps there, because we had 2 green, white flag checkers as the competitors tonight. I'm sure we've seen that treat right there at the end where everybody was all bunched up trying to get the best finish they could. But it was Christopher Smith that walks away the winner here tonight, followed by James Honeycutt and Rob Hattenbach for your top 3. Then it was Larry Hensley Jr., Dale Ogburn, Charles Miller, Brandon Kelly, Todd Lepierre, Daniel Sweat, Mike Fallon, Anthony Rennick, Christopher Cash, and then again, can't leave out our race control buddy Thomas Freitas. So good run for everybody out there. It was fun being here, Derek, but I'll give it over to you for any final thoughts you may have.
You know, I think next week is going to be similar to this week's race. It's going to be a lot of throttle control, a lot of hard braking to slow down the trucks for the corners. I expect it to be hard to pass next week. So, Jimmy, I'm just thankful for you being back and whatnot. I know tonight we had our last baseball game of the season, so won't have any other issues making it. So, be looking forward to next week's race.
Yeah, next week be over there. We do have one for every week here in June. I think they are taking off the first week of July, the holiday week, and then we'll be back to normal schedule to run this thing to the end all the way till the first week of September will be the finale. So looking forward to it, to the rest of the races here at Smoky Mountain. But for tonight, again, congratulations to Christopher Smith, James Honeycutt, and Rob Hattenbach. And I think until next time, we'll see you at the track. Meow, 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 meow.